Okay, you guys, I had to do a totally separate video about this from the one that I put out Friday because this information is just too good. I was laughing so hard. Before we get into it though, I did want to let you guys know that this video is for entertainment and educational purposes only. Please remember to be kind to everybody everywhere in your everyday life, in your home, in the grocery store, and especially in the comment section down below. Please do not show hate to anybody, anywhere. Good morning, my lovelies, my beauties, my friends. My name is Christina and welcome to my channel. If you're new here, thank you so much for clicking on this video. I really hope that you will subscribe, stick around, take a chance in hearing some things that I have to say. And if you are a returning subscriber, y'all already know, y'all are my babies. So good morning, good morning, good morning. How is everybody doing today? I hope you all are having an amazing day. I hope everybody is spending time with their family. You know, the whole getting outside. I know that I might sound like a broken record with telling you guys to get outside and drink your water. But you know, when you hear something over and over and over again, you know, some of y'all might get on out there and do it. So before we get into this video though, I did want to let you guys know that I have a second channel, Casually Christina. Do things more casually over there. Definitely not consistent over there, but I got goals and aspirations, okay? But you should still come over and hang out with us. And I also have a Patreon. My Patreon is for 18 and up. Over there, we do more personal story times. We go live over there. We do some true crime. I got this $2 tier over there where we do true crime videos that goes again, like that doesn't fit into the terms and policies or whatever, and also looking at the crime scene photos from the Johnny Depp Amber Heard trial over there. And that's always linked down in the description box along with my Instagram and my Facebook and that other channel I was telling you guys about. So if you want to come and check me out. So what we're going to be talking about today was actually talked about in the trial on Thursday of last week. Now, the reason why I didn't add this into Friday's video is because, first of all, that video had already gotten so long and that was a lot of good factual stuff. This one was the funny stuff that I was like, man, I just got to put that in a separate video. This is some good stuff. Now, we can be lighthearted about some of this stuff because Before we get into the funny stuff, I feel like I do need to tell y'all that Johnny Depp's CPA came up there and testified, and this is a photo of him right here, and he definitely gave me grandpa vibes, like in the cutest way. Like when he was talking, like his lip would do that like bottom lip quiver thing, you know, that sometimes like your grandpas will do and they're staring off into space. I loved him. I just wanted to, you know, hang out with him. I felt like I wanted to sit in a rocking chair and talk to Pawpaw. Like he was so cute to me. But he did not come to play, baby. Okay, so he's a CPA, but he was hired by Johnny Depp to get his financial affairs in order because Johnny Depp couldn't figure out where all his money was going, honey. He's looking at his bank account and he was like this, wait a minute, well, I only got $3.17 and I just made $700 million working all these years. This whole video is alleged, by the way. Do your own research, form your own opinions. But so he comes in to look at Johnny's finances to figure out how he can help Johnny with his finances. One of the things that he said that I thought was interesting was Johnny Depp had a tab of wine for the year that he was with Amber for $160,000. So he spent $160,000 on wine.
I satisfied the liabilities that Mr. Depp incurred, which at the dissolve of their marriage was approximately $160,000.
Do you continue to pay Mr. Depp's wine bill?
Yes, I do. We pay all of his obligations, but his wine bill has shrunk to virtually zero. He does not consume that much in the way of wine. He's made a few gifts around Christmas time, but his wine bill has gone to virtually zero.
Are you familiar with a Spanish wine known as Vega Sicilia?
Yes.
How are you familiar with that?
I know that it is a very expensive wine, and that I know that Miss Heard enjoyed drinking the wine.
How much does it cost?
The cost of the wine is approximately $500 a bottle.
How many bottles of Vega Sicilia were served?
At Miss Heard's request, she ordered 5 bottles of the wine and 8 bottles of other wine, so a total of 13 bottles of wine.
Baby, oh my goodness. Now listen, She's married to a mega millionaire, honey, go off. But if that was my wife, baby, I'm gonna need you to go down to the Walmart and get you a bottle of that Barefoot, okay? Because $160,000? No, 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 no. Can we get a discount? Like, can I get a percentage off? But then again, millionaires be doing millionaire things. I don't understand it. Maybe some of y'all understand it, but I thought that was like, dang, that's like a house. That is literally a house, drank in wine. And we saw the other guy testify that when they were in Australia, she drinks 1 to 2 bottles of wine a day, which she had it made, honey. Johnny was just $500 bottles of wine like it ain't nothing. Probably drinking it straight out the bottle. Probably didn't even have it in no pretty glass or anything. You know, throwing these bottles and busting them, and they're $500 bottle of wine all in the carpet, you know. Like Johnny was just letting her do whatever. Also, what he said and testified to, and it was very clear that he was irritated, and probably because of looking at Johnny's finances. He said that when Amber and Johnny Depp divorced, at first Amber was asking for around $4 to $5 million in the divorce settlement, and they were going to agree with that. Okay, they were working on that, but it continued over time to go up.
As a result of your involvement on behalf of Mr. Depp in the negotiation, what was your understanding of what Ms. Heard was looking for?
She initially was looking for a consideration of $4 million, but her demand continually increased. It went from $4 million to $5 million. Then it went from $5 million to $5.5 million. Then it went to $7 million. And then it was $7 million, and she demanded that Mr. Depp also pay $500,000 to her attorneys. Then, after that consideration, she also said that all the community liabilities that were accumulated during the course of the marriage, which approximated $13.5
Sorry, there's an
million.
objection, sir. Whenever there's an objection, I'm sorry. If you can't hear, I'll let you know. Okay?
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, no problem,
This just
sir.
goes into his allegations of what she said, which Your Honor just instructed sustain the objection on that. He has no foundation to suggest that. No knowledge of that.
Your Honor, I understand that. I asked his understanding.
All right, I'll overrule the objection. Go ahead.
May I continue?
She'll tell you yes.
Yes. Go ahead, yes.
Thank you, Your Honor.
He learns very well.
So the next demand was that all of the community liabilities that were unresolved, approximately $13.5 million, that Mr. Depp had to pay those liabilities in its entirety. So at that point, she was demanding $14,250,000 of consideration. And then it got worse. The next demand was that all of this consideration be paid to her free of taxation. And counselor, for him to pay $14,250,000 to Miss Heard, that would require him to earn approximately
Objection, Your Honor.
$30 million.
This is so far beyond the scope, so far beyond his foundation of what was discussed.
All right, I'll sustain that last answer.
He really made it sound like Amber Heard went from being like, okay, I'm going to take this $5 million in divorce settlement to like, no, I need this, 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 and this. And she wanted it completely tax-free, which if you guys don't know anything about taxes, especially when you get up into that amount of numbers, that would have meant Johnny would have ended up having to pay like almost $30 million because you're paying well over half of what you make in taxes if you're paying your taxes. But that's another video. So like for 15 months of marriage, I mean, you can't blame a girl for trying, I guess. But they ended up settling, and then that's when she ended up getting the $7 million, and he had to pay all these other things that she wanted him to pay, and it was just a lot. It really just showed a different side of Amber who, you know, is like, took the $7 million and donated it all to charity, which we found out none of that was true. But really behind the scenes, she was like just making all these demands, all while allegedly selling her story to different media outlets. And it looks so grimy and disgusting, you guys. It really looks bad, you know, and again, bringing it back up, I have to keep saying this. I don't think Johnny is no saint. I don't. He's got his own issues. But dang, she walked the dog on him for real. She came in like a complete tornado and tore his life up. Now, I'm not saying he came in like a bed of roses, but she left it like a Tasmanian devil. Okay, so let's keep going. Now this is the good part. Now Johnny Depp's security guard that's been with him for about 23 years named Malcolm testified. He testified via video court because he is not in the States, and he is so adorable with his accent. And I want to say that this guy that testified has been with him for 23 years. The next guy we're going to talk about been with him for 30 something years. It says a lot that Johnny Depp, all these people that work with him have been with him for many years. Okay. He's, I don't care how much money you're paying somebody. If you are a horrible person, you're not going to keep employees for 30 years. You may keep them for 5 or 10, but like these ways that Amber is describing Johnny, like it's so interesting that these employees that have been with him for decades, okay, don't feel that way about him. This is a point that's really annoyed me about Amber's attorneys. They have really drilled in the point with all of Johnny's witnesses, like you're obviously loyal to Johnny because he's hired you for this, this, and this. So they try to make it seem like these witnesses would lie for Johnny. They try to discredit every witness, just like the doctor, the highly educated businesswoman, the forensic psychologist. They try to discredit all of them. But this is the thing. When you get to a level like Johnny Depp, you don't just have the regular Dollar General store clerk hanging around you on a regular basis. The people that are around you are people that work for you, right? Like, it's not like he's going down to the park every single day or playing bingo at the bingo hall, and those people down there can attest to his character. Of course it would be his security guards. Of course it would be these people. But I think the fact that these people have been with him for so many years says a lot about who Johnny Depp is. And also, Amber Heard's attorney tried to bring up to this security guard, Johnny Depp has gifted you about $8,500 over your time working for him, trying to make it sound like Johnny Depp just gives to him so he would get up here and lie. And the guy was like, oh, he's given me a lot more than that. And that told me Johnny Depp is a giving person. He's generous. And just to backtrack though, this security guard Malcolm has worked for him since 2006, so almost 20 years, but has worked around him because he used to work with a previous company. Not that any of these details really matter, but just so I'm being accurate. Worked with a previous company and did work with Johnny for 24 years. So like I was saying, I think it says a lot about who Johnny is. And, all of the people, even Amber Heard's ex-assistant, said how generous Johnny was with his time and how he would teach his son how to play guitar. And so let's keep going here. Malcolm, the security guard, talked about how Amber and Johnny Depp seemed very lovey-dovey at first, which most couples, are, right? But then he started to notice that they would argue, and he saw the argument. He said that he didn't necessarily see it, but he would hear it. And when he would hear it, he would almost every time hear Amber Heard being the one yelling, screaming, da, 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 da. He said he never saw marks on Amber. Never. But he did start to notice marks on Johnny Depp. He noticed scratches on his neck. He noticed a busted lip. He noticed scratches on his face. He started to notice what looked like, and this is in my words, like somebody had been hitting him and scratching him and hurting him. But he never saw those marks on Amber. He also talked about a time that they were on a plane and that he didn't see her throw it, but she was at that side of the plane, threw a soda can to the other end of the plane where Johnny Depp was. And so there was just little things that she was doing that he was noticing, but what he'd never noticed or saw was Johnny Depp being to her. Now, he was also asked about Johnny Depp's substance use, and he said yes, he knew that Johnny Depp smoked the green, and they asked what his character was like, and he said he was just more relaxed. Johnny Depp is a long-time user, okay? He's just what it is, okay? Have y'all ever seen Snoop Dogg? I mean, the man smokes all day, every day, okay? At least he's not doing anything crazy. He's just normal. That's the way he kind of described Johnny Depp. They asked if he ever saw Johnny Depp use any hard substances, and he said absolutely not. Johnny Depp would never put his license at risk. That also speaks to Johnny Depp's characters by saying like he trusts Johnny Depp not to put him in a bad situation by using hard substances or anything in front of him like that, because green is legal most places now. However, he said that he did have suspicions that Johnny, when he went into the bathroom at certain times, a couple times over the years, was snorting. And then he was asked how Johnny Depp acted after those times coming out of the bathroom, and he said maybe just a little bit more upbeat and happy, plays his guitar more. You know, it's not like he was jumping up and clicking his heels together or anything. He was just a little bit more upbeat. He is also a security guard that took a picture of Johnny Depp's face when he had a mark on it from an altercation or an argument that him and Amber got into in Australia. So, I mean, he's witnessed this. No, he did not witness Amber Heard hitting him, but he saw them in a room and he saw the loud yelling, banging, screaming. And then when they come out, one of them is hurt and the other one isn't. And it sure enough seems like one of them really likes all this public attention and the other one doesn't. So, all right, now this was my favorite one, you guys. This is my favorite. Now, this was the testimony of Johnny Depp's longtime chauffeur. He's doing security now too, but he's a driver for Johnny Depp, and he's been working with Johnny Depp. So I believe he said 1992. It was kind of hard to tell if he said 1992 or 94, but 30 years, a long time. And he has enjoyed working for Johnny Depp, and he, you know, like, you just don't work for somebody for 30 years like that and not and miss every single thing that Amber is saying Johnny Depp does, you know? Now, he talked about Amber's birthday and this party that she had and her going to Coachella in April of 2016. And you guys, this is just too good. I love it when this is so crazy. So he was talking about how there was a birthday party at the penthouse at the ECB where Johnny had his penthouse at, and that he was providing security until 11:15 p.m. The next day, when he arrived back, Amber told him that Amber and Johnny had had a fight. She also told Starling, sorry, I guess I didn't say his name. His name is Mr. Starling Jenkins. She also told Mr. Jenkins that she threw Johnny Depp's belongings over the balcony, and like his phone was down there and everything.
Did you end up finding Mr. Depp's phone?
Yes, I did. In Skid Row, probably 6 miles from the house.
Who had the phone?
A unhoused gentleman. I approached him about the phone. He was honest. He returned it. I gave him a reward for it.
And what was the reward?
$420, chicken tacos, chips, apples, Fiji water.
His credit cards, his wallet, his passport. I mean, she threw all of his important stuff just clean over the balcony in downtown LA. So let me put it in my terms, y'all. He was down there in Skid Row, y'all, probably in his suit and tie because he looks so professional coming to work, right? In his gray suit and tie, peeking into tents. Hey, any of y'all find a cell phone? Now, how do you knock, you knock on tent? Hey, and let me tell you something. When he peeked in them tents, baby, they was not in there playing Scrabble. You could only imagine what he saw in them tents, y'all. I could just see him. I'm losing it with his shiny shoes and his very, very sophisticated way of speaking. And he's like, he finally finds the man, the unhomed man who had Johnny's cell phone. And you guys, the guy was honest that he got Johnny's cell phone, but he had to give him $420-something for the phone, 3 chicken tacos, a few apples, like 4 bottles of water, a couple bags of chips. Baby, this man put him through the ringer. I love it. This unhomed man. I could just see him now. They went into the store. He's like, let me get 3 chicken tacos. Wait, you mind if I get these waters too? Hey, and put some, can I get a couple apples? Come on, let me bring these chips back to my friends back there at the tent. Y'all, and this man's like, whatever you want, getting Mr. Depp's phone back. Honey, give this man a raise. And then he went walking back. That is so awesome. And the whole time, Lord, I just was like, I can just see this. And Mr. Jenkins was just thinking like, what did Mr. Depp get himself into with this young lady here, because, he's been with him for 30 years. He's seen him when he was with his ex, Vanessa, who Johnny Depp was with for 14 years and has 2 kids with, like he's out there. This Johnny Depp is in his 50s. Okay. Got this young, wild blonde throwing his stuff. Y'all, I just couldn't. That was my favorite. I was like, this is a movie. This is a movie, y'all. He also said that when he was getting ready to take Amber and her friends to Coachella, You guys remember how Johnny Depp talked about her going to Coachella and all that stuff? He said that that's when Amber talked about the pooing in the bed.
And did you have any discussions with Miss Heard on the way to Coachella that evening?
We had a conversation pertaining to the surprise she left in the boss's bed prior to leaving the apartment.
And when you refer to the surprise in the boss's bed, what are you referring to?
The defecation.
And what did Miss Heard say about the defecation in Mr. Depp's bed?
A horrible practical joke gone wrong.
You got to be one nasty son of a gun to literally, I can't, I know this is gross, y'all, but I mean, we just got to talk about, did she get up in the bed and squat and hunch over, or did she catch it out the toilet? Like, how do you do that? And what was she expecting in her mind? Was she expecting Johnny to get into the bed and waller in it? Like, and then she gonna have the nerve to say it was the dog. Okay, there is a very distinct difference from human to animal, and it's just like, what was she thinking? You know, she's got to be one nasty mammer jammer. Okay, let's keep going. So he talks about taking her to Coachella, and then he said that she got so tore up on the magic mushrooms and drinking red wine on an empty stomach that she was just puking her guts up, and he had to get her and get her cleaned up and all that stuff. And sounds like Amber's side, though, is going to try to insinuate that Mr. Jenkins had the two wrong, and that it's actually Amber's sister, who was pregnant and completely sober at the time, this is what they're saying, was the one throwing up, not Amber. But Mr. Jenkins made it very clear that it was Amber. So we're going to see what they say on the other side. But y'all, the whole phone down into Skid Row, thinking about him, because if y'all ever been to Skid Row, if you've never been to Skid Row, if you've never seen Skid Row, I mean, it is tense. It's like a whole entire tent neighborhood for many, many streets and blocks, okay? And people are sitting outside. They're in their tents. There's blankets everywhere. It is a huge homeless community. I mean, huge. And you just know this man in his proper outfit with his shiny shoes and his tie working for Johnny Depp down there looking for a cell phone. Bless it. I love it. So what do y'all think? Listen, I have no idea what Amber's side is going to say. She's obviously come up with something, because she would have to countersue for $100 million, okay? Maybe she's just super overly confident because of what happened over in the UK, you know, or maybe not. Maybe she's got a lot of stuff that we're not going to know. You know for sure she's going to have people testify that's going to say that they saw Johnny Depp be to her. Otherwise, they wouldn't even be going back and forth like this. So it's going to be very interesting to see what they come up with or what they say. Johnny Depp's side has done an excellent job of making Amber seem like a liar, a manipulator, like she was just desperate for this fame and this, you know, I mean, just even from the last video where I showed the letter that she wrote on Instagram versus what she's actually doing. It seems like this is all for Amber's best interest. So I don't know, you guys. What do y'all think? Did y'all hear about the cell phone in Skid Row? Oh, I just love it. I can't wait to hear what else is coming up next. Let me know in the comment section down below what you guys think, and I will see y'all in the next video. Love you guys. Bye.
We are dreaming in the dark. We are nothing more than dust. Search but you stay lost. We are